Rolling in here into lesson 5 out of 6, we're on the tail end of the training. Now let's talk about publishing. What is the step-by-step process here for publishing, and maybe what are some tools that you would recommend to make this process efficient and optimized?
Yeah, so once we finish up with the content production, the next step is publishing, obviously. So what our clients typically do is that they provide us with websites of their own. They give us access to their website in terms of adding us as a contributor or as an author. So we simply paste the content onto their WordPress editors, and then we make use of the plugins that they provide us with. We work with the plugins such as Yoast or Rank Math or AI SEO. We make use of those guidelines. We fulfill that criterion, and to ensure that the content remains optimized in terms of both readability and the SEO aspect. So yeah, at the same time, you can also wonder that if a client has ordered about 100 articles, 200 articles, how do they keep track of it? How are they gonna sort of keep up with the articles, especially when our publishing process begins? We start to publish about 12 to 14 articles per day, with all the writers working on the website.
So what are some of those top tools that you would recommend in the publishing process?
The top tools are essentially like the ones that we are provided with. In terms of SEO, we are given Rank Math plugins or Yoast plugins. These are with Surfer, it only gets better. But even if you use Yoast and you fulfill most of the guidelines, because it sort of helps us optimize the content, such as adding a specific number of keywords within the content, or adding internal links or external links accordingly. That does the job pretty well for us. But then again, we have to ask our writers to ensure that all of those steps are smoothly processed, because we don't want to be adding links for the sake of fulfilling Yoast's guidelines, but the links to be sort of generating a link to an article which is completely out of context or doesn't make sense. So that's something that I myself check at the end as well. But I also ask my writers to ensure that they maintain the same level of quality throughout the articles for all of the clients.
Okay.
And apart
awesome.
from that, apart from that, like I said, we use Copyscape. We make use of the plugins, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, so Copyscape. Then you have Yoast and Rank Math. So that's what your tool stack looks like for publishing.
Yeah, it essentially depends on what plugin the client wants us to use. But if there are no plugins at all, then we simply ask our clients to enable either Rank Math or Yoast, because they've been working pretty well for us.
Okay, cool. And where do you source your images from?
Oh, all our images are sourced from royalty-free sites such as Pixabay or Unsplash. We use all our images from there. There's a common misconception that if you Google the images and you set up certain filters, then those images can be considered free as well. But I recently found out that that's not always the case, because those filters can be removed if the author wants them to, and then that could make a really bad case against the website that you're using them on. So the safest way to go about it is to use royalty-free sites that are based on that, such as Unsplash or Pixabay. Those are the two main ones that we use for all of the articles.
Yeah, that's awesome. And shout out to Unsplash. I've been contributing them for a few years now, and I'm one of the top 50 contributors. So I just am very bullish on what they're doing, and I think that they have great content. So it's definitely where our team goes for all of our imagery.